Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another Etheria restart video, and today I'm here to put all the Liliam haters in their place because this chick is actually really good at the thing she's supposed to do, and she is supposed to be a PvP unit. Now, the last light dark banner we got was Yelly, and Yelly immediately became, well, actually after like 3 or 4 days of people saying she sucked, she soon became widely considered the best DPS unit in this game. She is great in PvE. In fact, she's like one of the top tier characters in PvE, and she's pretty good in PvP unless she gets like blown up. Yelly, or Liliam, is not that. Liliam is not a PvE character. In fact, like when I was trying to work her into some PvE teams, that's where like Didding might even just be better. Her like pure damage output not on par with somebody like Yelly. But in the current environment of like RTA, of like turn, you know, when you get to pick characters and you're building teams, this chick has a strong place in the current meta, and she counters so much of what's out there if you build her in a way that like makes sense and you use her right. So here's the build that I've been using for her today. I watched a lot of the videos that were out there. I try to do as much research as I can, and this build is definitely a little bit scuffed. I did not have like the correct gear kind of waiting for her, but even with this kind of scuffed build, she is popping off for me in RTA if you pick her into the right situation. She's somebody who you're going to want to run with like your bruiser team comps. So you're going to want to run her with people like Holden, with people like Rahu, with healing characters like, you know, Ling Luo, Fukui here. I probably said that name wrong again. You know how it is. You know, Sonya. These are the type of characters you're going to want to run her with. And you play her with this like bruiser team where even if you're going, okay, she's good at 2 things. And let me go ahead and cue into a fight. Let's make this a entertaining video. I'll kind of like hard force using her if if it plays out that way. And if not, I'll cut and find a fight where I can make her work. But anyway, she's good into both of the current metas that are going on right now. If you're fighting against somebody who's picking those like squishy, fast crowd control characters, she can one-shot them. And so she does have one-shot potential even on this bruiser build. She's not somebody though who you're going to want to like first pick. I don't think she's a first pick character. I think if you're really like playing out RTA, she's somebody who you're going to want to pick towards the end as you see what the enemy is picking and make sure that they have something that she's going to be good into. Yeah, and of course, like as I'm live filming, the first fight isn't a fight that like Liliam's going to shine in. But here we go. The second fight, I am able to lock her in with my 5th pick. Let's hope my opponent doesn't ban her out for the sake of this video. I'm going to go ahead and ban out the Lily right here, as I pretty much always do because I don't have Lily and just hate fighting her. And there we go. I do get to use my Liliam in this fight. So I can kind of walk you through how I think about using her like in a PvP setup. So what you want, like ideally, even with this bruiser build, you want to find those like annoying squishy characters on the enemy team that you can like one shot with her. So that's going to be somebody like Kazuyo the Reverie right there. That's a great looking target to just blow off this map early as she tries to put my whole team asleep. Now, luckily, I'm running some anti-crowd control stuff right there, so I won't be put all the way to sleep. We're going to go ahead and turn meter push on them with our Mio. I probably should focus on what I'm doing right here instead of just talking the whole time, but they're going to get a revelation attack on us right here. They actually have to choose. If they wake up my whole team, they're in trouble. And this is that like bruiser team comp, right? Like we're not nearly squishy enough that this Freya is going to like threaten us with her revelation damage. I see what they're going for here. They're trying to like crowd control early, Freya revelation into the rat, blowing somebody up with the skill 3, and then ending us. So we're not going to let that happen. Instead, what we're going to do, we're going to go for the dispel on everybody right here with Holden, debuff them, dispel them. Let's see if we can land that. We should. We do. Okay, now this real Mocha is getting pretty low. I'm going to go ahead and pop a heal. I will protect my lowest HP person with Sonya. Again, just kind of playing this bruiser comp out, get that cleanse, and now I'm going to try to one-shot somebody. Real Mocha is their big threat. I'm going to remove her from this fight, hopefully with Liliam. If she can do this kind of thing with that bruiser build, there's 30,000 damage, their DPS character is dead, and in fact, they just go ahead and quit the game. I get promoted. So that's the way she's supposed to work. You can build her as a bruiser. You are allowed to build her, and I'll kind of show you my build here again here in a second. You're allowed to build her in this kind of way. Like, let's go look at her. where it's like she has 1100 plus 1500 attack. That's not very high. Now I am critting and I have 157% crit damage, which is like something, but I don't have to build effect accuracy on her. I don't have to build effect resist on her at all because she just has that in her passive. She can't be pushed back as long as you max her skill 1. And I'll show you kind of like my thought process on lattice investment here in a minute. So like, you run 12 Bloodbath, and I hard forced Bloodbath because there's no Bloodbath on Law of Science. I'll kind of walk you through why I chose that as well. So hard force Bloodbath, then get as much damage as you can through like making sure you crit, get some crit damage. I do think this is where, so okay, she's a good character. She can do what you just saw. And in fact, today in my trial plays, she has consistently done what you just saw. And that's really fun. Now I'm going to show you something. She's 5-5-5-5. I had the lattices ready. I fully invested into her. And I do think she's a character. This is the biggest drawback of her. I think she's a character that you're going to have to lattice invest into. Now, Yelly, which was the last light dark banner, I'm pretty much full. I mean, I need a 4-5-5-5. I guess I could increase the buff steal chance there if I really wanted. But you're going to want to lattice invest her. Her skill 1 is a must, because when you max the skill 1, you get the turn meter resistance. And by maxing the skill 1, you're getting attack. And you see how in the build, like if you're building her that bruiser, if you're giving her those bloodbath, you're not getting that like onslaught or a lot of those attack sets. So maxing skill 1 is going to help make up for some of the attack that she's lacking, plus make you immune to turn meter push effects on her passive. Absolute must do. Her skill 3, this one is like your bread and butter. This is your opening skill. It's your ultimate. It gives her the attack and speed steroid, and this you want to be able to one-shot people with this. You want the multiplier to be at 500%. I could see some people not saving a lattice right here and not reducing the cooldown by 1, but in a longer fight, which she also kind of thrives in, like if it becomes a bruiser versus bruiser battle where you're just trading and healing and trading and healing, having this on a 3-turn cooldown, she locks out the damage that she does. So when she nukes somebody, even if she only like 60% HP damages somebody who's built a little bit tankier, she locks out a percentage of that damage she does. So blah blah blah, this ignores shields and will seal the target's max HP equal to 60% of the damage dealt, 50%. So half of the damage that she deals can't be healed back. So if you're in a fight where you're just trying to wear out the other bruisers, she can kind of keep doing it. Now, she doesn't have a ton of HP. That's where somebody like a Sonya, giving her that skill 3, that HP boost, she can be killed. She can be targeted. So ways of kind of protecting her are really useful. That's why I like running her with Sonya. I like running her with Fukui right here. Get some shields from that, something like that. Now, I also maxed her skill 2. Her skill 2, this is the one that like maybe you don't have to max out, but I really wanted this extra crit rate for the build to get to that like I'm basically guaranteed to crit status. And then I was only 1 lattice away from getting the final damage boost to 1% from whatever it was. So this just gives her a little more damage, and she needs it. She definitely does, because if she's not one-shot and squishies, I don't think she can do her job. So that's been my experience with her today. Drawbacks. Let's start with drawbacks because I think those are the most talked about thing. She's not, and this is her PvE build, which like I don't even have one on her right now. She's not going to be a PvE powerhouse. She's not somebody who's going to carry you as hard as like Didding or as hard as Yelly, I think. Now, maybe there's like situations and builds that I haven't discovered and other people haven't discovered yet where she does become a bit of a PvE queen. Great. But I don't see that for her. I think there's other characters like SRs even that maybe you've already invested in that can do that for you. She also requires a heavy lattice investment. That sucks too. But if she's going to be like your main PvP carry or one of your main PvP carries, and like that's the end game of this game, I think that's a worthy lattice investment. I was sitting on those lattices burning holes in my pockets for a while, kind of waiting for something to throw them at. I do not regret it. She is going to really help me climb in RTA this season and all of those things. The positive, I'm kind of already on to the positives here. She is good in the current meta, really good. She's decent against bruisers, as I just described. She's great against those really annoying characters like Obel, Kazuyo the Reverie. She can one-shot them and their kits just don't do anything to her. So she's great into those. And so often when you're playing these bruiser comps where you got like Rahu out here trying to do his thing, you got, you know, Fukui out here, and where's my Holden? You got Holden out here. They're all trying to do their thing, and they're just constantly getting like, oh, you got CC'd, and then you got chain CC'd, and we cooldown reduced on the other team, and they CC'd you again, and your bruisers take forever to die, but they're just CC'd down to death. Hey, you can't crowd control this chick, and as soon as it's her turn, one of those crowd control units is dying. So she kind of like covers that gap in the bruiser comp. Also, if you're, and you kind of got to see it in the fight that I just showed, if you're playing against a hyper carry, a Yelly, their carry was the Rat that last time, Messiah, any of these characters, Heinrich, that are out here to try to like kill you, who my Heinrich is missing a piece of gear, that's good to know, she could one-shot them too. So she's a great bruiser character. She's great. Now, if you're free to play, this is going to be a hard sell because the lattices are hard to come by for free-to-play players. The light dark poles are hard to come by as free-to-play players. But if you are saving up lattices, if you care about running this like bruiser team that exists right now, I think she's very good. She's definitely not like the worst character in the game or a lot of that stuff when I was on my vacation, I was kind of reading about. I knew with her kit, there was no way that was true. She's a PvP character. That's what she's for. And she does a really good job at it. So there we go, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I hope I hope that kind of helped you with my thoughts on this champion. This isn't League of Legends. Animus. Anyway, it's late. I'm still a little, I would say jet lagged. It's not that long of a flight. Definitely still a little tired. All right, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.